was a dark and stormy night. Oh shit. Oh, that looks lopsided. Whatever. It's old and creepy. Anyways, speaking of a dark and stormy night, it is literally a dark and stormy night. There's rain behind me, and if you guys hear thunder and a bunch of like if you can right now right behind me, there is actually a rainstorm going on. This is not sound effects. I'm not trying to be extra for the video. In fact, I wish it would stop so I can tell this story and you guys can enjoy it without all the extra sound effects, but I guess Mother Nature wants this video to be extra, so that's the way it's gonna be. I mean, perfect timing. I'm alone in the house. It is raining. It's nighttime and it is dark outside. Now I just need a phone call that says, I know what you did last summer. And if you don't get that reference, then you might be too young to be even watching these kind of videos. Just kidding. Stick around, tough it out. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is another paranormal story time. I love that you guys have been loving paranormal story time. I really enjoy paranormal story time. And you know what, let's just stop all this jibber jabbering and let's get into this crazy ass experience I had with evidence, with actual proof of what I am telling you. Okay, so this story is about the time me and my friends visited two of El Paso's most haunted places in one night. And we got our adventures worth. We definitely did. So I just kind of want to tell you guys the background story for the first place we went to, which is El Paso High. So I'm just looking through some articles and stuff like that. I don't know if anyone actually knows the real story, but this is what everything on the internet is saying. And it's saying that a young girl committed suicide on the balcony that has been closed off in that school. There's all kinds of rumors about why or what. I'm not really sure. This one says she was depressed and she cut her wrists and then committed suicide and stuff like that. So that's a little gruesome. Yeah. So I first want to point out that I did not go to this school. Actually, Tiffany, aka Gothic Wicca, girl, you are getting shouted out on this channel. But yeah, she actually went to El Paso High School, and I did not know that until the day I met her. Yeah, we've only been friends for so long now, but yeah, I didn't know that. So she actually went to this high school. She has her own stories that she was telling me and stuff. But I've only ever been to this high school twice. So let me begin to tell you about the story of El Paso High and my experience there. It was not actually one day. Now that I remember, it was 2 days in a row. Anyways, okay. So one night, it's me and 3 of my guy friends and 1 girlfriend of mine. And it's pretty late, and we're all just, I guess, bored, or we're just lingering around my friend's house. And they really wanted to go ghost hunting, and since at that time I don't think I had my fair share of ghost experiences, I was so for it. I had never really looked into the story about El Paso High or anything like that. I knew nothing, so I was going there completely clueless, I didn't even know what it looked like, honestly. It's crazy. I didn't know what it looked like or nothing like that. So it was midnight, and all 5 of us went in our friend's car, and we went to El Paso High School. And it's crazy, you guys. The school is, I would say, like, it is high up in the mountains, so you're actually going up like in the movies of, like in the scary movies when you're traveling up a hill up to a great big scary castle or something like that. That's what it felt like. We were literally traveling up the mountain to go to El Paso High, and no wonder I had never seen it, because it is in the midst of buildings and houses, and in an area of El Paso that is very overly populated and has a lot of places. So we're finally driving up to the school. Just seeing the way this school looks alone, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Rose Red. I saw this movie way back when I was like 8 years old, and it's by Stephen King, and this movie is so freaking scary, but it's about all these people. They're investigating this haunted mansion or castle or whatever. It's really, really big, and it looks so creepy as hell. The way this building is structured, it's so scary. This is exactly what El Paso High reminded me of. When I first saw it, it just like brought me back to seeing that movie when I was young and being forever traumatized. So when I saw it right away, that alone was like intense. Okay, I don't need to know about the ghost story going on in this place to be fucking scared. Just the architecture. I mean, in the daytime, it's beautiful, but at night, this was the creepiest freaking place you could possibly be. And we were driving up, and I was like, okay, alright, this is interesting. So we park on what I assume is the front of the school, the side of the school, not sure, but it's on a main street, and we're just sitting there. And okay, so I think like 3 of our friends are like, yeah, let's all get off and let's just go, like, I guess to the front stairway and stuff like that. And for some reason, I could not get off the freaking car. Okay, not just the way the school looks, okay? That's not gonna like terrify me alone. It is how heavy the atmosphere felt here. I felt very, 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 very strongly as we approached the school, and once we're in front of there, I felt very unwelcomed. I felt like, okay, we are not supposed to be here. I'm all about going somewhere late at night and checking it out. Who cares about the rules? But I felt with my energy that we were not supposed to be here. It just did not feel right. And the weird thing is, it wasn't only me, but our friend, the one who was driving, could not get off the car as well. He seemed to be going through his own thing. He kind of seemed like he did not want to look towards the school. He stayed in the front seat. So, he stayed in the front seat, and he just did not want to get off for his own reasons. He still won't tell us why, but it kind of seemed like he was freaked out and he did not want to get off and go. And it's not like our friends were going inside the school or anything like that. They were just going to the front of the school, like literally on the sidewalk by the steps. They were just there, and me and my friend just did not want to get off. And it's like, wow, like, that's no big deal, you guys. You guys should have, like, just gone to the sidewalk. Not a big deal. But let me tell you guys, the feeling of being there, I couldn't get off the damn car. I couldn't, and it's so weird. So freaking weird. We weren't actually there for too long. Our friends got back into the car because, I mean, it's not like we can go inside the school or anything. So they got back inside the car and we started to drive off. And what was weird was that as we were driving off, I started getting, I just started imagining things. Like, not seeing things in my head, but things were coming to my mind. And my friend, who, not the driver, but one of our other friends who was sitting right next to me in the back, was saying the same thing. And before he even pulled out his phone, I was like a little girl. A girl. I don't know, she was little, I don't know how little, young, or whatever. Just a girl. That's all I kept thinking about as we were driving away. And he pulled up his phone, you guys, and saw the stories on the phone about what people experience at that school and about the girl they've captured on camera. So that was so weird. I was like spooked out. Oh my god, I have chills right now. I was so spooked out and I was like, okay, yeah. So since that really wasn't enough to satisfy our adventurous ghost hunter wannabe needs, we decided to go back to the other side of town where we are from and check out one of El Paso's most haunted places. Now, since I don't also know the official legit story on this place, I'm going to read to you guys what I find here on the internet about it, because I mean, unless you were really there, I don't think anyone really knows. So I'm just going by the stories that are told of them. So this next place is called Six Poles, and the story behind it is that it used to be a place where they would slaughter animals and all of that, and the reason why it got shut down and why it's so haunted is because a woman had an accident there and she got decapitated. That's pretty brutal. So yeah, on the side of that, I hear that a lot of rituals and black magic are actually practiced in this area, which to me is no surprise. That seems to be happening a lot in El Paso, or happens a lot in El Paso. It's just El Paso's thing, I guess. But so this is a place that we decided to go check out after El Paso High. So we drove all the way back to our area, and this place is actually out in the desert. Well, all of El Paso is a desert, but in our area we're more towards the rural parts of El Paso. So as you're going out that way, you just start to see more empty lots and land and more desert looking like kind of scenery. And this place is actually located in a very, very, very empty space, very abandoned land part of this side of town. And we drove all the way out there, and then we drove all the way in this really long desert road where it gets very, very dark, might I add, because there's hardly any lighting or houses or anything like that around. One of our friends who is telling us about this place and the backstory and whatever shows us the location. So there is a road right by this location, and you can see it quite clearly because there's like a small shack falling apart and a cemented ground with a big circle, and we were driving by it. And the craziest thing is that, so okay, our friends were in the front, the driver and the passenger, and then I believe we dropped one of our friends off, so it was just me and my best friend in the back. So we were driving, and the weirdest thing happened. His window only, not the passengers, not the drivers, not mine. His window totally fogged up. Now, if you guys have an explanation for me or can provide some kind of reason as to why that happened, I would love to hear it. I will not ignore your suggestion or what you think it was, because I would love to know how the hell that happened. We did not have a heater on. It was just the windows were all up. There was no heater on, no air or whatever, because it was already kind of cold, but not too cold to where we had the heater on. So just his window fogs up as we're driving by. And note that while we're driving by, it is very foggy now. There is like mist or like some kind of weird fog like all over. It's just this area though, so it's weird. And we're driving off, and our friend decides to do a U-turn, so we turn around, we're going again, and I was freaking out because I was like, can everybody or somebody tell me why that just happened? Please, can someone explain it to me? And I think I was the only one kind of like flipping out at that. And okay, so we're passing the exact location, and then my window fogs up. Only mine, not my friends this time, not the drivers, not the passengers, only mine. How is that possible? What is that? How? Someone tell me, please. I think that is the weirdest freaking thing ever. I don't know. I think that was just weird. I kind of think it was paranormal, but if it wasn't, please give me a rational explanation on what the hell that was. And yeah, that place just had really weird vibes, and so we left. That night when I went home, I was pretty spooked, because even though I hadn't exactly seen something legitimately, the feels and those little weird experiences shook me a little bit, not gonna lie. And it was almost as if something followed me. I feel that because when I was in my room, alone, at home, I just felt so weird. And all I could think was, what if something followed me? What if something followed me? And I just felt, I don't know. Remember I told you guys in one of my videos that I felt like something was always staring at me from the closet? Well, that was happening a lot that night, and it was pretty creepy. We went back to El Paso High. This time it was around 7 o'clock, so it wasn't midnight or whatever. And we went back, and seeing this place in daylight, you can kind of admire it more, because it's not as creepy as it is at night, but it still looks and feels pretty intense, to me at least. The gates are open to go inside, like the stadium area, and you can go up to the school and stuff like that. So this time we actually went inside of El Paso High, in the outside area, but inside the perimeter, and we were right along the doors and the windows. So nothing really happens to me. I'm just kind of not facing the school. I'm kind of facing the other way, looking out. I'm seeing the scenery from this place because it is so beautiful. Like I said, it's up in a mountain, so you can see a lot from there. And my best friend, he starts taking selfies. Starts taking selfies with him and the school behind him. And then we decide to take off. And that's what happened that day. So we get back to my friend's house and he checks his selfies. I, being very skeptical and trying to find all rational and logical explanations, did not expect him to catch anything, okay? I thought he just got like a nice Instagram photo and stuff. We checked his selfies, and clear as day, he did not have to convince us. He didn't have to like really point anything out. He caught one of the windows with a figure in it, and what I believe to be the little girl that people would see. You can very, very easily make out this little girl in the window. Now I am about to show you guys this picture that my friend took. So if you see right here, all these other windows are pretty empty, little bit of static here and there, but in this window you can clear as day see a figure standing there. This was crazy, you guys, crazy. He did not expect to we did not expect him to catch anything. So seeing this picture, we were a little shaken. It was freaky as hell, and this is probably the most evidence I've ever seen of an actual ghost figure. I've never actually seen a picture of a ghost coming from like a friend or something personal in my life. I've never seen a picture like that before, and he caught it in his selfie, and he still had it to this day. I asked him for it like a week ago, and he sent it to me. So something I forgot to mention in my last video that I did mention in my first paranormal story time: if you guys do not believe in this stuff, if you think this is a load of crap, or these are simply not your beliefs, that's fine. I am not trying to convince you to believe in this kind of stuff. These are my experiences, and I want to share them with you guys. If you are entertained by them or whatever, that is great. But yes, so I want to thank you guys again for watching my paranormal story time and watching my videos and giving me some really awesome feedback. I really appreciate that. That's how I know what you guys like or what you want to see. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my future videos, click the subscribe button and the little bell to get notifications. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.